Again, hey, so this is my first team meeting on Zoom. Woo-hoo. Jay is at Career Visioning, and he's going to come back and be able to help us find and train and lead talent. So Career Visioning, if you haven't gone through it, which I don't know many that I have not, but when you go through it, it kind of really dives deep into your motivation, how you work well, how you work with your team, and all that good stuff. So sit tight. He'll come back and give us all the goods on that. So far, so good. Y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Does it look right?
Yes.
Nice. Thanks, Tony. Hey, so we have our cappers this month. We have Andrew Romero and Johnny Huff, of which neither of them are on the call, but at least they get to enjoy 100% of their commission and gave themselves a raise today. Way to go, y'all. And then we have our newest agents, of which 2 of them are on the call. Yay! So we have Summer K. Baker, who obviously is with the Paul Swack team, and then Jeff Landon, who actually owned his own real estate company and joined us and is on the call as well still, I think. I can't see. And then we have a Jordan Jackson, who joined Abel Contreras' team, and I saw him here earlier in the San Luis office, but I don't think he's on the call. But let's welcome them. If you see them, you know, reaching out to them on Facebook and Instagram and becoming their friends is, you know, nice and makes them feel welcome. So if you guys can reach out to them, that would be awesome. So, hey, we are going to shoot on over to contracts and conversations. So tomorrow at 1, I don't know if all of you have your templates set up in zip forms, but we're going to go over how to set those up and also how to integrate that with DocuSign to make sure that your DocuSign account is, 1, linked with Command if it hasn't already done that, if you haven't already done that, and then making sure that you set up the KW Command or the sub account under My KW into DocuSign and then into zip form, so that whole thing works seamlessly. So there's twice a year that CAR changes forms, and we want to make sure that your zip forms are up to date with that, in addition to you having all of our local disclosures in your templates. So when you're writing a purchase agreement, automatically the affiliated business agreement is sent out with your purchase agreement and with your listing agreements. Those are one document for the affiliated business agreement is very important, right, Tony?
Yes, it's very important.
So we want to make sure that those come with all listings and all purchase agreements up front and not through the regular disclosure packet. So we have a list of general forms that you will need, and then we're also going to give you a list of pretty much any form you would need for any transaction. So we'll set those templates up, and we'll video it as well. So for those agents who aren't on the call, you can refer back to them and get those set up. The good thing now is that once you set your templates up, if there's a change in the purchase agreement or the listing agreement, they update those automatically. Back in the day, you'd have to go in and set up your templates every year according to which forms they were using. So now it's definitely streamlined and easier to do. Right, Tony?
Yes, it's so much more streamlined. Yes, exactly right. I was writing a note on the past roles agents, being sure to welcome them and get them involved in the calls, because their templates and their zip forms all need to be updated with our 0200 5015 Keller Williams Realty Central Coast.
That is true. We should probably have a special class just for them. You're making note of that?
I am. That's what I was writing when you caught me.
Perfect. Jody, let's humor us and go ahead and go into productivity coaching. How are things going on that neck of the woods?
Things are going very well. We have 6 agents fully signed up, and then I'm still reaching out to a few more that will be joining us. We've been doing Ignite 2.0. We even have one who's not part of productivity that is participating, and there are 7 that are in there pretty regularly, and they've already opened 2 escrows. And they have about 85 leads in their pipeline just since we started. We have 4 more sessions, and we will be offering it again in the future. It's not calendared yet, but I encourage anyone that wants help in their business and to learn more about Command. It's not just for new agents. It's just to help you grow and stay in particularly with where we are with the COVID situation and being at home, it's helping people stay accountable and really in
that's
their
huge.
businesses. Lots of great feedback we're getting from the agents.
Jody, you know, we do have teams that come on and then they bring on brand new agents that don't know anything. So you can also help brand new agents that have joined a team and kind of coach the new agent on how to work with the team, and you can structure it maybe a little different than if it was a solo agent. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. The productivity coaching group is great leverage for the rainmakers of teams to be able to utilize the program to help with the training and all that new stuff that they don't want to take time out of their business to do so they can keep their business going. I would be happy to meet individually with the rainmakers and talk about how their team works and what they need, and we can customize something for them.
Yeah, I bet it's hard, especially if you're a busy rainmaker, to have to stop down and really almost unwind a little bit to start back up and train that new agent and answer the coaching questions and the contracts questions. And I mean, just going over start to finish with it.
Yeah, definitely. And we have a regular program set up. We do regular orientations. We have group coaching. Ignite technically is not part of productivity coaching. I just so happen to be the one teaching it this time. As we move forward and do it again, hopefully I will be getting some of you to help in that so that we can offer it more often. But I also utilize, because I've taught Ignite for so long now, I also utilize a lot of it just in the coaching because there's some really great pieces. And so it really helps with accountability for sure.
So real quick though, if a team is not using Command or they're using their own systems, how would that work? If like say Tiffany brought out a brand new buyer's agent and she wanted you to train them, but she had different things that she used, how would that work?
Well, I mean, the real estate business is the same regardless of what system you're using. So we're still teaching all of that. I'm not familiar with and Command is not just a CRM. The CRM is one piece of the Command platform. And so Command is like, think of it like a cell phone. On a cell phone, we have many different apps to do many different things, right? We don't just use it to make phone calls. So one misconception that people have about Command is that it's a CRM, and it's not. The CRM is one of the apps within Command. Command is an entire business platform, and we're still learning it. And there is so much that it can do that we're still learning. We've talked about this before. Go to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge on Facebook with Marty Miller. You will be shocked and amazed at everything that you can do in Command. But as far as if somebody isn't using it, I would encourage transitioning to it for sure. And yet we can still help coach agents to do the business regardless of what.
Nice. I love it. All right. So Central Coast Escrow. So we have actually 2 new escrows opened, one with Jordan Ham, who is on the Pismo Beach Homes team, and then another one for the Keener Carter group. Thank you guys so much. I can't quite see who is on the call. Do we got Bailey or Beverly on? Or Amber, maybe? Okay. Well, again, we thank you guys for your support. One thing to remember is Central Coast Escrow offers a 10% discount for military first responders. And so if you're looking for a way to really give back to those that are serving front lines, make note that Central Coast Escrow gives them a 10% discount. Well, it looks like conventional rates, 30-year fixed, 2.99. Oh my God, that is free. That is free money right there, people. That is free. VA, FHA, 30-year, 3.125, 0 points. Home finance, market trends, and customer information. Very cool. One thing that I thought was interesting, I saw on a Facebook, Phoebe's last name's escaping me. Anybody? Phoebe?
Oh, in Orcutt?
Yeah,
she's Jackless.
Yes, thank you.
Jackals.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you all butchered it better than me. So, hey, so she put just a really interesting post tonight. It was pretty lengthy, but I thought it was important to make note of. Mortgage as a whole is up 76% year over year. But what hasn't happened is there haven't been an increase in mortgage loan originators, and there hasn't been an increase in appraisers, and there hasn't been an increase in the staff that participates in the mortgage uptick. And so I think setting the right expectations as a seller, when you get an offer that it says a 30-day close or even a 45-day close, that sometimes those just aren't going to happen. And the same with buyers, and the same with the other agent on the side. I don't know how many times I've been on the other side where you're doing the best that you can and trying to get everything through, but just there's snags that happen with any contract, appraisers and all of those things. So how are you all setting those expectations for your clients? Are you having those conversations up front, and how are those going? Just asking, anybody wants to chime in.
I have, part of the loan process has been the appraisal. Like, I feel like we're starting to see, like Danielle got a counter the other day wanting their buyer to do 14 days. And I'm like, it's not going to happen. Like, I mean, I don't know, my appraisals are not coming back super quick. So I think that it's super smart to at least communicate with your lender and make sure before you write super short timelines to spice up your offer, because I agree, we're seeing lengthy, because they're so bombarded by refis too.
Exactly. That is so my husband, if you don't know, is in the wholesale side of mortgages. And the poor guy, I mean, thank God he was already bald, but because he would not have any hair right now. But it's hard to listen to him on the other side of it, of which he has no control. His company doesn't have control. It's just setting those right expectations. So if you're not, or if you're concerned that, well, if you're being told one thing, double check that and make sure it's really going to be able to happen, is all I guess I'm saying, just to make sure that you're setting those right expectations. And so not, because the last thing you want is for it to be a difficult thing and everyone at the end of the day is upset because it didn't happen properly. We're in a different time right now. We really have to make sure that we're sharing that with our clients and the other agents. And if you're the selling agent and things aren't going according to plan, it's not because they're not doing everything they can. So a little empathy. I think if you go find her post, it was very well written and it was really good.
Always best to under promise and over deliver.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it happened quick. Like, everything changed really quick.
Yeah. They were humming along for quite some time. Everything was going fine. And again, my husband in the wholesale mortgage, he is busier than he has ever been in all of his, I think, 32 years of being wholesale lending. And so it's great for us. I'm not complaining, but he's definitely experiencing it on the other side of it. So let's see, virtual caravan. Do we still have Shannon on? I am humming along. This is gonna be the shortest team meeting ever. You guys are gonna love me.
We do. Here's Shannon right here. Yay.
Hi, Shannon. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to see if I can spotlight you.
Okay.
And there you go.
Okay, great. There we go. Hi. So I am at our fabulous new listing. It's at 844 Calamex in Napomo, and it's on 1.5 acres. It's almost a 2,500 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. And it has a workshop that can fit up to 4 cars plus an attached 2-car garage. So let's take a look around. So here's the property. We're getting photos done tonight, and the housekeepers are inside cleaning away. So big, beautiful windows, beachside window cleaners cleaned them yesterday. They're sparkly, sparkly. So it's on a flag lot. So it's got a lot of privacy. This wonderful family is moving to Florida. So the driveway's down that way. The owners that had this before had horses out here in this little paddock. So the fencing's been taken down, but it is definitely could be a horse property. So the property's beautiful. And then the nice big workshop is over here. And then there's also a chicken coop in the back, but it hasn't been used in quite a while. But you know, you can have chickens and you have all this nice yard space and everything back here. So here's the back of the house. And so we have to kind of go around the housekeeper. So there'll be people inside when I get inside.
How much, Shannon?
$7.49.
Oh, wow.
And Shannon, I'm going to point out that while you're walking, that
Yes.
section to the back with the workshop previously had a gate, so it could be gated again in case you've got
right
high-end properties or high-end cars or something like that, because this is a perfect car property.
Oh, okay. How many cars do you think you can get out there?
I think 4 can go in the workshop plus 2 in the main garage.
And that's just what's covered. The property's
Hi,
huge.
everybody.
So,
Okay. So this front room right here
$7.49.
is where the little girls' room is. And so they have their little princess bed and everything. And let me turn some lights on. And then also like a little playroom for like all their costumes and so on, their dolls and everything. So it's a nice space for kids here. And then beautiful soaring ceilings. Oopsie daisy. Gotta watch where I'm going. Hi. Okay.
A truly coming soon.
Yes, a truly coming soon. So here we go. Nice dining area. Here's the kitchen. Cabinets are in great shape. They're original, but they're in great shape. The owners just recently completely put this new facade here on the fireplace and put the brand new insert in. Nostalgic did it. And they're getting a mantle, but it hasn't arrived yet. The house comes with a 75-inch brand new TV. So that's gonna stay. And then the kids have this nice fun area up here. And that's Savannah, the puppy dog. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm walking on your floor. Okay. Here's a powder room for downstairs. And then nice area here. This is the master. Walk-in closet. Bathroom.
I'm going to have you slow down just a tad.
Sure, I'm sorry. Give me direction because I don't want to get anybody sick. Okay. I walk slow. Here we go. Nice outdoor
I know that's hard
space.
for you and me.
Oh, I know. It's hard to talk slow and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really open concept there. That's nice.
Yes, very open concept.
Wait, can you like step over that little thing and onto the couch if you wanted to?
I guess you could if you wanted to, yes.
Okay.
Or
Hey.
fall over it.
Yeah.
Was this on the market a few years ago?
3 years ago, I sold it to them. Yes, it was a Dennis Allen listing. Yes. Okay.
Fun.
And Mr. Seller's upstairs doing work, so we'll try not to look at him, okay? Okay.
How many acres again, Shannon?
1.5. There's Mr.
1.5.
Seller.
Hi, Mr. Seller.
And what's the
Okay.
square footage of the house?
2455.
And how many bedrooms, how many baths?
Four bedrooms, 3 baths. So this is like a fun space, sorry, that the kids have, and also a home office. There's also a vintage bar over here.
That's cool.
We thought maybe like a wine fridge can go there. Vintage wallpaper.
I love it.
Look, lots of natural light up here. Here's a nice 3/4 bath. And then this is the boys' room. And then it's like kind of like you're in I love the nature feel of it all.
Looks like a treehouse.
Yeah, treehouse, definitely. And it smells super clean. There's the workshop again. See it from above. And all the way to the back behind the workshop is a giant chicken coop. So
Nice.
yeah. And Mrs. Seller just answered she's fit 2 bugs and a bus in the back workshop.
2 bugs and a bus. Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Okay, does anybody have any questions?
I've answered a couple. Just
Okay.
to go over once again, it's 1.5 acres and 759,000. Since the last time it was purchased, sold, the sellers these owners meticulously went through and fixed a bunch of the things that were on the original home inspection that were not fixed when they purchased. So
Yeah.
we're anticipating it should have a pretty clean inspection this time around.
Yes.
And be a pretty smooth transaction. So,
Yes.
and then did you show them the kitchen or did I miss that, Shannon?
Oh, well, there was someone
I
in the
don't-
kitchen at the time, so I'll go there now. Does anybody want to see the garage or anything? Oh, it's dark in here. Oh, lots of boxes. Okay, it's a nice big garage. And let's see, kitchen over here. And oh, when they purchased the the furnace here was this really old heater that was like part of a bus, I guess, or a RV. And Cochrane's put in a brand new furnace in here. And also look at the new stove and microwave, and it comes with the refrigerator as well. They also want to consider selling a lot of the furniture. They don't want to move very much to Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. I just love this room is so spacious and airy, and it'd be
Great
a good,
entertaining.
I was about to say a good party pad for sure. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Shannon. That is our only virtual open house today. So
Wow.
You know, I
Okay.
think it may take a minute or two to catch on. So we'll get more coming up here.
Okay, great. And I could back up the show with the front. Did I show the front of the house at all?
Go back and give us a peek.
All right, I'm going back out. There's your little horsey area over here. And then there's the house. So,
Nice.
yeah. Swing.
Check.
Very good. Okay.
Perfect. Thank
So
you
it goes
again.
goes live on Friday.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you again, Shannon.
Thank you.
I know it's a lot of effort to do that. And no, you did not make us sick. Anybody?
Okay, good. My heart's going 1,000 miles an hour. Does anybody, since I'm the only one, does anybody want to see the workshop?
No, it's good. I
Yeah.
have
What?
a keep tool, so yes, please.
Okay.
So one of those other things is this is a great reason to contact your buyers and make sure that that in order to show them any coming soons, they need to sign an agency disclosure and a buyer broker agreement with you. So if agents or your buyers want to know about properties that that are coming to the market before anyone else, then get that agency disclosure and buyer broker agreement signed. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
We'll have
Thank you.
pictures tonight.
Yes. We'll have pictures tonight for sure. Okay. Thank you.
Love you, Shannon. Thank
Love you
you
too.
so much. You're the
welcome.
best.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So Brian founded Icenhower Coaching and Consulting, and he was recently named the top best real estate coaches of 2020, according to the closed website. So Brian, tell us a little bit about you. I kind of gave you a brief introduction, and also congratulations on your new award for being the top 3 coaching and consulting companies.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I know a lot of you on here. I was just scrolling through as I was looking at that property. And so I heard Tony Detz on there. Tony, how you been? Good to see you.
Great, Brian. How are you doing?
It's been a very, very long time. So it's good.
Yes, blast from the past.
Hear your voice. Yeah, very cool. I see Jody, Albert, of course, on there. I think Tiffany has you all beat for seniority, though. I think I've known Tiffany the longest. I think since we were like 11. Is that right?
I was
Tiffany?
gonna say,
Something
yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Long time.
Long time, yeah. And so always great to see you as well too. So yeah, I've worked with Albert for a very long time, over a decade now for sure. I've been the team leader of the Tulare County offices quite a while back. been with Keller Williams for a long time, been team leader of multiple offices, been the OP of a couple offices, stuff like that. So I'm very familiar. I've always had a hankering for coaching. So I love coaching real estate agents and brokerage owners and things like that. So along the way, I started my own coaching company. And so now we have many, many coaches that work with us and clients all over North America. So I get to kind of devote my attention to different productivity training systems, brokerage systems, things like that, which is what I do. I work very closely with Albert, who's been a dear friend and a big supporter of mine, both professionally and personally throughout my career. And so I love, and I know Jay extremely well. I know Staci as well too. So I'd like to take more of a role with helping some of the training and coaching throughout the market centers and trying to do that. And this is one of the ways we have a mastermind that we've started doing. I've been doing it in Central California, or at least inland in the Tulare County area for quite a while. And it's an agent mastermind. And I used to do it in person, pre-coronavirus. And then when the coronavirus happened, we all freaked out. And then we started doing it virtually like this through Zoom calls. And that has been wonderful. And we've gotten a lot of great responses from that. That the agents, just more convenient for the agents, especially the way we were in that market center. We're so spread out. We have little satellite offices or business centers, kind of like you guys do in Central Coast, in Morro Bay and SLO. We have them in different towns that are equally as far away. So now this is a way to kind of bring us together. And they're like, hey, why don't we just open it up to everybody? And we've done that. So Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, quite a few of you guys have been logging on from Pismo. I've seen quite a few from LA, Ventura, Porter Ranch have logged on, all the different offices. So it's 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, just like this. And we kind of hold a mastermind where we talk about best practices. And it's hopefully not so much of me just talking. Hopefully it's just a lot of you guys. And we have a lot of very high producing agents on that. And we have brand new agents on that. And that's the whole idea. We have people that are on real estate teams. We have administrative staff on real estate teams on there. We have productivity coaches on there. So hopefully the context is designed to apply to everyone. And we're really talking about ways to grow our business from a productivity standpoint. And different best practices that we can implement to sell more real estate, grow our businesses, further our career, et cetera, et cetera. So I'd love to see you on there as well too. That is a really long answer.
I'm 100% sure it's already in the calendar. So all y'all have to do is hit the link on our office calendar, Tuesdays at 1. I caught the tail end of it yesterday and it was amazing. It was really good about Facebook retargeting, I think is what I popped in at. Yeah. So if you're not doing that, that's a whole nother thing. And I know, Brian, you also send out a lot of emails as videos that you do and trainings you've got coming up. So if you're not signed into getting his newsletters or his emails, make sure you do that as well.
Yeah. It's called, the website's called therealestatetrainer.com, therealestatetrainer.com. Just click subscribe and you'll get that every single week. I think 2 emails a week with different,
really good stuff.
Yeah. It's all free. You just got to want to get a lot of emails and you'll get them. But yeah, you guys, everybody in the Meggers group. So all these, market centers that Albert's a part of, I consider you guys my home office. You guys are my people. So, and you guys tend to start showing up on all of our websites and our videos too. So, so if you got a hankering for being, I know we suckered Tiffany into it. Tiffany's been profiled on there with the amazing work she's been doing. Literally just, being a community savior and getting, I don't know, you've been on almost every news channel, I think, in the last 2 months for, your Central Coast Strong. I know we've got a Central Coast Strong sign in our front yard in Morro Bay, and she's doing an amazing job. How many small business owners are a member of your group, Tiffany? How many?
Of the Facebook group?
Yeah.
So good question. I would say probably actual businesses out of there's 3,800 members. It's probably like half business, half community.
Sure.
Yeah, I would say just on
So you've got like a
Ballparking.
captive audience of 3,800 people that
Right.
you're adding value to that voluntarily said, I want to join your group. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
which was my 17-year-old's idea. So great.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I
Right.
will tell you, you're the first person I know of to do that.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it sounds way worse than I mean it to sound, but capitalizing on coronavirus, you know, like, I mean, it's a
Right.
time where people needed it. And you jumped in there and promoted this thing. And what's funny is Tiffany's also friends with my wife who sells, I think my wife was in one of your sales meetings at one point too.
Yeah.
So you guys mastermind a lot together.
Yeah, a lot.
Like you'll steal something from her, she'll steal something from you.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know what it is. Like I go, where'd you
Right.
get that? She'd be like, Tiffany, like, oh. Okay.
Well, Robin does Visalia Strong, and so my parents actually have her sign in their yard.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
been
I mean,
great.
that's a great example of really pivoting in your business, because so much of, I mean, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, we've talked about client events and, you know, how big, did you like that segue, Stacy? I saw you.
I loved it. I was going to have to jump in a minute. You just took right over.
That
You
was-
are a true
that was smooth,
professional.
yeah. And, you know, then there's like coronavirus client events, because a lot of our client events, we just can't do. The optics aren't good. The safety's not good. You know, there's lots of reasons we should not be getting people together in large, sweaty groups of people. So how do we practice, you know, safe coronavirus social distancing rules, but still add value to people, still add community to people, still stay in front of people, gain mind share with people. And that's quite frankly what Tiffany and my wife did, is they made a big shift to stay in, and actually kind of, you know, plussed it a little bit. And basically, I mean, Tiffany's going to walk out of the coronavirus whenever this thing ends. You're going to walk out with this huge database of a captive audience of small business owners, which is pretty awesome. So 3,800 people, that'd been crazy. In like a month and a half or something, you know. So pretty awesome. But yeah, so that's what I know. Stacy, you asked me to talk about client events, so that was my segue into it. Is that
Very good. You know, every year we as an office put on a client event in mid-September, and it's usually a barbecue of some sort. All of us collectively invite our clients, but I don't know how we're going to roll that out. Ashley is the chair of our culture committee, and we've spitballed a couple of ideas, but really haven't gone deep. But, you know, I know that you guys have really done some brainstorming on this, and I watched a brief little video one of your coaches did, and I thought, it was a couple of months back, so I'm not sure if anything more has developed since then. But I think that also, you know, I know Paul Swack does his own client events. I know Tiffany does her own client events. I know quite a few of the top producers do their individual events in addition to the office events. So I thought we could, you know, see what you guys have come up with in your mastermind groups and take us to the next level.
You bet. I just attached, do you guys know how to open up the Zoom group chat? Down at the bottom, there's a little button that says chat. Click on it. And I just shared a Word document that you should all download right now. However, we're just showing off Zoom prowess right now. You want to see, this is just Zoom prowess. I mean, so we're going to share a screen. And can you all see that?
Yeah.
Stacy, why do you say y'all? You just made me say y'all because you've said y'all 3 times.
Oh, Lord only knows. I pick up all kinds of things.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with
Because
geography.
Shannon's rubbing off on her. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's okay,
That's
fair enough.
probably true. Nope. Born and
Okay.
raised, 3rd generation, right here in California.
But you got y'all. Shannon, where are you from?
New Orleans,
Oh,
Louisiana.
that is what's happening. There's
Uh-huh.
a virus, a Narlands virus running through your office.
Yep.
That's I like it. Okay, so do you guys see, if you can see my screen, if you can't, just download that Word document.
Zoom in a little closer.
I'm gonna try, yes. I know I have the ability to do that. Sorry. There we are.
I'm 50 this year, so my eyes aren't what they used to be.
Okay, so I gotta do, can you see that? Is that good?
That's good.
They still letting you drive? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what happens next is, okay, so these are some themes, ideas, and tips. I'm not going to go through this because it's a very long document,
Okay.
but I want you to look through it. But I'll skim over it really quickly. assuming there wasn't a coronavirus, these are all different ideas of client events that we have seen. So every one of these has been done that we have seen our clients do, okay? And these are all different ideas. Now, a lot of these we certainly cannot do right now because of, you know, social distancing rules and stuff, right? And we break it down into seasonal ones, which are probably the most popular, are seasonal. You know, you got, you know, give away pumpkin pies and Thanksgiving, photos with Santa with face masks and Christmas, giving away, you know, pumpkin patches in parks or people's yards where you bring in a bunch of pumpkins and they take photos in front of hay bales. So you're going to see, you know, seasonal ones are very, very popular and they stick very well year over year. But however, then you can get into like food, drink event themes. Just having a client event at a happy hour is huge too. You know what I mean? Like you got a new bar and grill that opened up in town that Tiffany knows about because it's in her Facebook group, and we're trying to support small businesses and help a new startup. You'd say, well, I'm going to bring 50 to 100 people there. Can you guys give them some free appetizers? I'll buy one drink ticket for everybody. And you know, maybe 30 people show up, cost you a little bit of money, cost your lender a little bit of money maybe. And then all of a sudden, all we're doing is, you know, getting in front of people. And we're helping another small business by getting a lot of people in the door. So I've seen those be very popular, very cheap, very easy. And I love cheap and easy, and I'll show you why. So as we keep scrolling through, adults only event themes. I don't know who typed that, but that is hilarious. Okay, so then I'm just not going to comment. Family friendly events, themes and ideas, kind of thrown in there, a bunch of those. Charity community events, also very popular. And then we get into virtual event ideas, right? Now this kind of was born because of the coronavirus. And we probably have a lot of updates to do here, but we're starting to see a whole lot of virtual events. And then we go into social distancing friendly events as well too. And I'd love to see more because I can tell just by looking at it, we haven't updated this in a few weeks because we typically learn about new ones all the time. I will say the one that I'm seeing that's probably the most popular with our coaching clients right now are the food trucks, especially as it pertains to ice cream cones and shaved ice. We're seeing those show up in different real estate farming neighborhoods. So these are neighborhoods that you want to sell more houses in, that you'd like to be the agent of choice in. Is that everything? Okay, yeah. That, you know, has the price point that you want, the target market that you want. So we're trying to farm that geographic neighborhood. So this is, you know, there's two markets we're typically going to have a client event for, and they're two different databases. One database is your sphere of influence, or your MET database, as Gary Keller describes on page 146 of A Millionaire Real Estate Agent. These are people you know. These are people, you know, at least at some level, that know who you are, at least by name, right? I refer to them as your sphere of influence, or your SOI as well too, because I don't want to get sued for copyright infringement. But what the point of the matter is when you market to them, these are people you already know. When you're marketing to a farm neighborhood or a community, these are people you don't know, right? So it's a little bit different of an animal there. So we're going to have to be more patient with those people, and we're going to have to kind of gain mind share a little bit more slowly over time. And we can't usually be quite as aggressive with them as we can with our SOI, who we already have some sort of relationship with. So with, you know, a food truck is a great way to add value. If we bring in a taco truck or an ice cream truck or shaved ice, and bring that into the neighborhood, that's adding value at a time when people really need it, because people are stuck in their neighborhoods in a lot of cases. And their kids are stuck in that neighborhood, and they've never known their neighborhood better than they do right now, right? Because they're running around it, riding bikes around it, trying to get out of the house. You bring something like this into the neighborhood, it literally kills like an hour to 2 hours for a family. You know what I mean? They can run down there with their kids and the kids get a treat, and they thank you. You get to meet them, that kind of stuff. I will say, watch your optics with this. I think my wife is actually literally standing in front of a shaved ice truck right now, I believe, in one of her neighborhoods. In fact, I know she is. It started at 12:30.
So tell us a little detail about that. So she's in front of a shaved ice. Do we have cones? Do we have 6 feet markers?
Yes.
What's the logistics look
Perfect.
like on something like
Another
this?
amazing segue. We are ham and egg in this thing because that's where I was headed. Like, so you got to watch your optics on this stuff too, right? Because we had one client who luckily does not live anywhere near us, literally get drilled and kicked out of a neighborhood because she brought in an ice cream truck. The homeowners association got together and had an attorney show up at the truck and said, get out of here, this is unsafe. You know, even though she had masks, there was tape on the ground of where people need to stand, you know. The problem is they didn't know that until they got there. And you already got the attorney out there, you're going to go through with it. So she did not market that event as a safe event enough. So it's very important you lead with the safety if you're marketing this event, telling them, hey, come enjoy ice cream with us. It's going to be a full, safe, family-friendly event. We encourage you to wear masks. We'll be wearing masks. We will be enforcing social distancing. So that needs to be a part of your marketing materials to promote these things when you do it. And so, yeah, she's got a truck. They farm she sells a lot of real estate. So she farms about 10 different neighborhoods. And she's got this truck showing up every single Wednesday from, I think it's 12:30 to 1:30, totally guessing there, in each neighborhood for 10 consecutive weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and she picked just middle of the week. She probably picked the worst time of day and day possible to get a good turnout, just to let you know.
And it's still working.
And that's the secret sauce, because you want a low turnout.
Okay. And I know, Tiffany, you're rolling with this. What do you got going on?
Right. So a couple things that he touched on. He's right. Like, I always do one big event for all my clients every year. And I kind of went back and forth if I was going to do it or not, but and I was like, well, maybe I could do it, but you're right. We're all under the radar, right? So we have to watch what we're doing and make sure it's safe. So what I've decided to do is we have reached out to a local pumpkin patch, and we're doing a drive-through client event. So we have hired a pizza food truck to come. So and we're also bringing, I don't know if you guys watch on Central Coast Strong, which is amazing. It's called Mixed Events. And she mixes, she's like a mobile bar that goes to anywhere. And so she's going to make
Wait, back that truck up. What?
Right. And I'll post it for you guys, but it's Mixed Events. And her name is Audrey Donahue. Oh. And no, I was blown away. I'm like, you do what? And then it gets better. And then she'll make like a special drink for you.
Like a signature cocktail?
The Tiffany daiquiri or
the
something.
TH, yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot what the name of ours is. We're kind of going with the Central Coast thing. But so we're doing that. So we'll have pizzas, we'll have the drinks available. They get a pumpkin. So I committed to, having, especially the kids, adults too, can pick out their pumpkin, and we're just we're trying to still kind of work out how we're going to do it, because obviously it's a 2-hour window and I need to have it kind of spaced out. So I think what we'll do is we're going to have people RSVP for, and the first hour, RSVP for the second hour is kind of where we're at. So we're excited because it's actually my favorite thing of the year. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy seeing my clients. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, that I can tell you, MAPS coaching with Keller Williams about 4 years ago started implementing client events as a part of their 33 Touch, which is on page 149 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. And that's, what we do with our Met database to stay in touch with them over the course of the year, right? Did I see a cat just jump into this? Whoa, Jody, what's going on? I bet you Jody has a cat too. Let's see if
just jump off the pier.
Let's start. Let's start cat wars.
My husband left the room and she's dying, so I've had to pick her up because she would stand there howling the entire time.
I don't think Jody, what do you think? Where's your cat?
I don't know where mine are right now. Oftentimes they're on my lap, but not today.
Not today. Okay. Well, if one shows up, we are pet friendly here in the Zoom conference. Basically, it was a 33 touch, and all of a sudden, Matt's coaching started saying, you know, we're going to make it a 36 touch and a 38 touch. And the reason is because we have to account for client events. We want to start pushing client events because they started realizing that the top agents in this country typically get 70, at least those that stick around for a while, get 70 to 80% of their business from their sphere of influence. Okay. The people they already know, the ones that stick around. Now there's people that, you know, all of a sudden like, you know, prospect or do something or buy a bunch of online leads, and they do, you know, and usually that's a part of their business. If someone's making too big of a living off it though, that gets pretty expensive. Their profit margin starts to drop and they don't stick around at the top of the charts. So we found that the successful, consistent agents typically have a strong SOI, and most of them hold some sort of event, right? That is often funded by mortgage partners, title partners, home warranty companies. These people are looking to stay RESPA compliant with you, and they know they're allowed to help pay for your marketing activities. So they will contribute at a very high level to help you out because you're allowed to pass through those direct marketing and advertising expenses to affiliated business services, and they'll help you, right? So even if you don't have a huge budget, an entrepreneurial affiliate that is really looking to grow their business with you will help joint venture with you in growing your business and their business the same way. And in my opinion, they really should, because otherwise they're just hoping we give them business and we're the ones responsible for generating it all. They market to us and we market to everybody else. Not really fair, you know, since we're the ones spending the money, you know, and they're bringing us donuts. I mean, getting involved in finding someone that will truly partner with you is something I definitely recommend at a high level. So these expenses come under. Go ahead, Stace.
So, but I'm sure, Tiffany, you have a couple of affiliates that you work closely with. You're probably tapping them for some resources as well, right?
My coach is with Icenhower Coaching, and that is actually something that we're working on because I'm not good about asking. And he actually coached me before I know. And so I was actually funding all of it myself. This year I did more. I mean, it's kind of hard because they're hurting, and then I of course like think, oh my God, they don't have as much business as they had before. But what we did is my admin and I went to the restaurant. We ate outside, did our social distancing. I don't know, it's gone. But we essentially, I felt like it was more of a negotiation, and we got a lower price and agreed upon I'm promoting him. So I have to remember that. So that's a great point because I'm not good at that. And my coach is the one who is like, hello, like, yeah. No, you're doing something for them too.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And that it is very uncomfortable for every coaching client. So Brad's telling you that, and that's good.
It was great and it worked.
Because it's no fun. Like it's no fun to start. But I mean, if you think about it, even if you're saying, okay, I want $1,000 a month from my lender, you're like, oh, I could never ask for that, right?
Yeah.
That's $12,000 a year. Mm-hmm. In your market, you give him one loan, maybe two for sure. He's covered his investment. Yeah. Is it reasonable to say I'm going to give you 4 loans this year so that he gets a 3-to-1 return on his investment with you? Very reasonable. Mm-hmm. So if someone's not willing to partner with you on that level, we got a problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and I also like you were saying the negotiations with the venue you're having. So in Ashley's situation, I think Ashley still, you have an in with Doc Bernstein. So maybe possibly getting, if you did an ice cream check and kind of went, then maybe you might get a little something on that.
We could do that for our office, right? That would be cool. Like our Keller Williams one.
We're still, we got to figure that one out for sure. But this has been amazing. Brian, you are always a wealth of knowledge. The good things is Brian has agreed to be here on the 4th Wednesday of each month. So I'm getting together topics that we want him to talk about, and obviously picking his brain is awesome, and lots of good stuff there. And we have,
Can I say one more thing, Stace, just really quick?
absolute. Yep.
I threw another thing in the chat. It's a PDF about a client event contact plan. I threw it in the group chat, download it. The one thing I really missed that I wanted to say to you guys is client events are not about the event. They're about the contacts leading up to it. And this is where Tiffany's really good. I mean, you guys are all probably annoyed by how many times you see her marketing her events. Well, that's what she's supposed to be doing. That's why I don't care if anybody shows up to get a snow cone for my wife's event today. Because again, we're trying to make 33, 36 contacts a year, right? If we're trying to do that and we can make 10 of those contacts, inviting people to our event, we're just giving. We're not shaking anyone down. We're not bothering our people. We're trying to invite them to a party, to a snow cone, to a whatever. So what we're trying to do is give. So all we're doing is being seen, gaining mind share as someone who gives, not that bothers them, right? So the key is, I mean, if we're going to make 34, let's say 36 contacts in a year, I mean, literally, you could hold a client event or a virtual event every quarter. And if we divide 36 by 4, what is that? 12? What is that?
Something like 8.
Yeah.
9.
9, right? Okay. So that would mean you just need to do 9 contacts per event. And all you would do would be contacting about the next quarterly event, and you would touch people 36 times a year, and it would all be about giving.
And that's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun. So a lot of you guys are saying, hey, I don't want to hassle people. I don't want to bother people. I just want to give and I want to help. Well, here you go. You just got to think of what those 4 events are. Use the client event problem because we do want to diversify our communication there. So we want to make sure that we are, in fact, using different methods of communication. Look, I snuck in a screen share. So it breaks it down. Week 12, week 11, week 10. It talks about sending out invitation emails, save the date mailers, phone calls all the way through, doing personal invites, bulk text invites, Facebook direct message invites, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So download that thing. I hope it helps. Okay, I'm done. All you, Stacy.
I downloaded it too, so I'll get that over to Janae. She'll put it on with this recording because obviously we record these. We put them back out on social media for you all to rewatch. And thanks again, Brian. I mean, gosh, that was worth attending the meeting regardless. So whether you came because I'm just fun and funny and all
that is why I came. That's for sure. And I will.
I love it. You get extra bonus points. Let's see here. Can I go to the next slide?
Plug his 1 o'clock mastermind next week. So see.
Oh yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
This is why this has been important to me, and I'm really glad that Brian's agreed in the coronavirus times to really just push himself out there more often and not just coach with me, but coach with everybody, right? I consistently over especially the last 5 years, Brian didn't get to be, listed nationally as one of the top 3 coaching companies in the real estate industry by accident. Consistently, not big picture ideas, but when it comes to tactics and specifics and what to do, I tend to hear about this stuff from Brian first. And then later on, I start hearing the rest of the industry talk about it. And he's just got this consistent pattern of constantly having his thumb on the pulse of the industry and knowing what tactics make a difference first. And as I've been in this now for like 12 years, I'm starting to realize that really our day-to-day wins mostly come from figuring out the strategies that work earlier and quicker and getting them implemented faster, figuring out what technologies are making a difference and then implementing them first, figuring out what marketing tactics work and then implementing them first. Like there's the game of Frogger that we play where we're constantly jumping onto the next thing when it starts to work. And like that tactical knowledge is really hard to come by, especially from a personality that consistently seems to get it right over time. So if that doesn't work for you about showing well, so.
And with all of these, I think you definitely glean a little tidbit every time I'm on one of these calls, whether it's the team meeting or Brian's mastermind or anything. You just walk away with a little tidbit that you go and put in your business, and Lord knows what it's going to take you.
Well, thank you guys. I'd love to have more of you. That's for sure.
That was great. Thank you.
All right, so coming up tomorrow, we have the regional event opportunity deep dive. We also have Ignite Elements. So Jody's going to be taking care of that. Contracts with me and Tony, again, so fun. You don't want to miss it. And then Agent PC orientation with Jody at 2:30. So if you're thinking about getting into the productivity coaching program, wow, that was hard. Go ahead and attend that Saturday. Ignite Elements again, and then we have Ignite on Monday. Next Tuesday, Elements Financial Basics, Regional, KW Speaker and Interviews, Brian's Mastermind again, and then next week we're going to have the second quarter awards meeting, and so we're working on something fun for that. Y'all don't want to miss that. Obviously, if you're getting an award, you definitely want to be here. We'll let you know, but it's going to be super fun. You won't want to miss it. All right, y'all. I can't see any of you. Let me see if I stop. There we go. Oh, perfect. So I think that's it. 1:08. I was hoping I would get out of here earlier, but Ryan, you were so riveting, we had to keep going. All right. Have a great day, you all. Thanks. Bye.
Stacy,
Bye,
thanks, bye.
everyone.
Bye.